Oh my god, 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 this is it. This is the new rear kitchen Montana. This is different, 13,030 pounds. You can see if we have one in stock and available via the link in our video description. And the good people at Montana have done it again. By the way, if you do check out our website or call our team, or anytime you verify a new RV being in stock here at Haylett RV, you will find that we clearly publish pricing, and we don't do hidden dealer fees. Now, Montana a couple years ago broke the mold. They debuted the industry's first successful front kitchen fifth wheel, and it was just a monster. And for 2 or 3 years, it was their #1 selling fifth wheel, with Montana being the #1 selling fifth wheel, period, end of sentence, bar none. Well, you know, it's still very successful. It's actually still in their top 3, and they said, you know, I feel like we can do more with it, because the one hiccup with a front kitchen is lack of pass-through storage. So someone looked at it and said, well, what if we flip it around backwards? And that's it. That's all this is. This is the 3820 front kitchen Montana backwards. So it's one of the most residential feeling, looking, functioning floor plans I've seen in a long, long time. But it just has a normal, traditional, super effective front end on it. You got a normal traditional upper deck with a bedroom and bathroom that has made Montana super successful. They didn't reinvent the wheel here. They just kind of flipped it around. Rear kitchens are one of those things, you either really love them or you really don't in fifth wheels. But it's hard not to like this one, because they did everything that really matters here. You've got huge front storage capacity. You saw that rubber shock dampened road armor pin box that we just passed there. You've also got the matching suspension that goes along with that, so that you have both vertical and front to back shock dampening, in addition to your already, you know, heavy duty leaf springs on something like this. Montana's service records are basically second to none. They've been multi-year consecutive winning quality circle winners, which is part of the reason Keystone said, you know what, everybody and their brother is doing these 3-year structural warranties, and if you look at them real close, they're pretty much like they cover almost nothing that matters. So Keystone said, fine, we'll do a 3-year structural warranty, but we're going to do it bigger, better, badder than everyone. So Keystone came out with, across the board, not just Montana, but all of Keystone has the single most comprehensive 3-year structural warranty out there. And as long as we're talking warranties, I would be remiss in my duties if I didn't discuss how this is actually warranted for full timing. And that is an interesting conversation right there. There's a lot of warranties out in this business, but your main RV coverage warranty does not protect full timers. Montana does. You know why? Because Montana is the single best-selling fifth wheel and the #1 seller to full-timers. If you're going to do the retirement thing, we're going to get in a fifth wheel, we're going to travel, we're going to park, whatever, we're going to stay in an RV, this is the single most successful brand for doing that. Their quality, their ingenuity, their service records are certainly all part of that. I'm moving past this fast because the weather's not super cooperative. We're going to spend more time inside, but I'm going to hit on a couple high points here. Montana's been 0 degree rated since 2005. Every single floor plan gets tested, including this one. 2-inch receiver hitch on the back here makes it so that if you want to add bike racks and whatnot, you can. There is optional equipment present in this video. Not every 3700 that we keep in stock is going to look exactly like this one. Like, we've added the second air conditioner, but what's cool is when you do that, you get 2 15,000 BTU airs. They're both centralized, and they're both whisper air units, which is especially important in that upper deck bedroom where you're very, very close to the air unit. You know, you're not going to hear that giant roar. Magnet latch baggage doors all the way around with slam latches. Montanas have had outside entertainment here, and you're suddenly starting to see other brands jump into this. What's funny is I haven't found anyone else at Montana's price point with this feature, and really that's pretty common. They do a lot of things here that you can find elsewhere in the RV business, but not at Montana's lower aggressive price point. So, like the 16-inch G-rated radials right here. Those are becoming more common, but again, Montana's been doing them for a little bit longer. By streamlining, standardizing their production, they can do things like add the zero gravity MORryde stable steps right here. These are the ones that if you leave them sticking out, you can like leave the steps perpendicular to the ground, sticking straight out, and they don't fall. They won't smash your head. They won't hit your grandkids or, you know, cause scars and damage and, you know, all kinds of problems like that. By doing this across the board, they've been able to control their costs because they don't have to order 2 parts. They don't have to manage 2 parts. They can do one thing the same way every single time, and that's really the whole cornerstone of their success, is by being so consistent. They just don't have the problems that creep up with other things. They've you see that huge pass-through storage. You got a 12-inch I-beam drops down to a 10-inch. Full-length LED lighting under that awning. I like that your slides are toward the back of the RV so you don't have anything messing with your awning. Keystone owns their own paint shop, so Montana does their own painting. Now look at the leveling system. Notice how it's on the outside of those I-beams. That's going to add extra campsite stability. Montana's have hydraulic slides and leveling, whereas although your bedroom slide will be electric, they do that just because it's on a separate deck. It's a separate circuit, basically. Whereas High Country will have electric slides and leveling. That's one of the main differences. There's a slew of differences, but that's one of the biggest between them. It's a little more obvious when we step inside, which, you know what? Why don't we do that right now? This layout is just something else. It has all of the definition of rooms that something like the elevated rear living Montana here at Haylett RV has. Those RVs that have, like, you know, a really well defined, like a front living room. People like that because it's like, this is a living room, this is a kitchen. You don't have like a general commons room or grand room, as you may call it in residential design. Instead, you have a dedicated rear kitchen. What I like about it is with the central entertainment, you can like really see when folks come and go. You can really see, you know, like you have a nice defined space back here where you can have like a little couple of guests sit together on a get together. You can be doing different things at the same time. There's different zones to this thing. It does mean it's bigger than some things, but you know, even within the Montana family. But I mean, there's something to be said for it. And the storage you get in this kitchen's tremendous. Since the kitchen's really the focal point of that, I want to start there. But very first thing I want to do is look up. Because they've done a lot of things up top here that I don't want to miss just because they have a different furniture layout in this floor plan, for instance. So they still have their LED accent lit crown molding throughout this. This is a vaulted ceiling. That LED accent lighting up there is fantastic for it. One, it just looks neat. It just looks really cool. At night, it's a perfect little night light. It's like a runway light guiding you straight to the fridge for those leftovers. You know, you didn't want to seem like a hog by getting a third plate of food during the day. So, you know, now you can sneak down at night. And everybody knows what happened to the food when it's missing in the morning, but we don't really talk about it. Then again, maybe that's just my life and not yours. Vaulted roofing. It's dual vaulted inside and outside. It just gives it a nice, sweet, open look in here. But it also means even insulation across the entirety of the ceiling. Now, something else Montana does, this is part of the reason they have such a following, why they have over 100,000 just Montanas, not even Keystones, but just Montanas on the road. Where the roof meets the wall on the exterior, there's actually an aluminum extrusion, like a big aluminum sheet that runs the entire length of that seam. It's just an extra structural integrity item they put on there. And when I asked the product developers, I go, when did you guys start doing that? They said, well, our owners, after having a Montana for 8 or 9 years, they were saying that sometimes the roof decking was popping up. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're worried about what this thing looks like 8 or 9 years down the road when it's 8 or 9 years out of warranty? He's like, well, yeah. I mean, it wasn't even a question to him. It was like, this is what you should be doing, right? And I was so impressed by that because that's who and how these RVs are built for, you know? So the dinette here, the Montana dinette, has just always been one of their greatest strengths because this is so super flexible. And this is something that basically they effectively just kind of borrowed, air quote, borrowed, straight from diesel pusher production. So most of the time you've got 2 fixed chairs. And you've got a nice little couples dining experience, and you're going to get along just fine with that. You've got this nice hardwood top next to you, which you can decorate or you can use for like having little salt and pepper servers or whatever up there. They got the little pop-up power post right here, and that is fantastic for keeping the laptops and the tablets and all the thingamabobs charged up and running. You are surrounded by windows in this floor plan at all times. And here's something I want to point out. You have windows straight to windows. So you can actually have a breeze corridor going straight through these two door side slides. And that's something I don't typically see done. What a lot of manufacturers will do is they will not put windows on a wall if it's facing another wall in an extreme close proximity like this. You know, here's something I should talk about. I didn't really talk a lot of construction outside, but if you look really, if you look really close on this seal, you see how that's gray and not black? They make it lighter colored so if the sun is hitting that seal directly, it won't cause that goopy black line against the exterior sidewall of your Montana. So back to the dinette before I saw something shiny and got distracted. Obviously, it can extend. So you've got a pair of folding chairs here. What's nice is when those fold down, they look exactly like these. You can't tell which one is your chair and which one's the guest chair, so your guests don't feel like they're sitting at the kiddie table at Thanksgiving. Although, you know what, frankly, I wish I still sat at the kids' table at Thanksgiving, because all people want to talk about at the adult tables like politics and basketball and the politics of basketball, whatever. So we've also got the nice little extension leaf here. That is more than enough room for 4 adults to have lots of elbow room while you're going. But the details don't stop there. The chair, buddy. So your 2 fixed chairs. Now, for transit from the factory, they do go ahead and strap them down, but they know that a lot of owners don't do that. They know that the average Montana owner maybe is a bit advanced in age and maybe has reduced mobility. So they give you that flip down little bar right there to keep the chairs from bouncing around, and it works like a charm. Now, Montana's may offer different refrigerator options. At the time of this filming, I believe the gas-electric refrigerator we're looking at here is the only option available for this, and I think it's not an accident. Because you can physically fit a residential refrigerator right there. I think they didn't do it because with the rear kitchen, oh, I'm losing power from my power box. We're going to swap batteries. All right, we're back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. So as I was saying off my soapbox, I think there's a reason they put the gas-electric fridge back here. This is behind the axles. This is significantly behind the axles. It's the maximum length behind the axles. That means it's going to bounce more. And residential refrigerators are great for a lot of things. I don't think they're the devil, but I think that this is the wrong floor plan for one, because it's going to bounce around too much, and it's probably going to start to fail way sooner than you're going to want it to, which is ever. Gas-electric refrigerators like this, they're made for RV use. They're made for being banged around. This is the purpose of their existence. There's no need to overthink it, especially since this is an 18 cubic foot fridge freezer. A residential that you could put in there is an 18 cubic foot fridge freezer. There's no size benefit. This offers a reliability benefit and the benefit of flipping over to gas mode in the event that you have a power loss. Now, some people said yes, but residential refrigerators have better insulation qualities. They tend to keep my ice cream a little colder. I understand that. There's things you can do to this for $10 to overcome that, if you live in a region where that's an issue. But that is mostly true when the fridge is in the slide out. That is not the case here. The fridge is inside the RV, protected by the greatest level of insulation this RV can offer. You're fine. Now, storage. Does this do storage? Huge overhead cabinet. Don't you feel like you're at home in your kitchen? You got this nice viewing window overlooking the big double basin sink right here, one of which is that giant farmhouse sink. Residential size convection microwave oven. All kinds of additional overhead and corner storage capacity. Let me close this here. Those hidden hinge cabinets, they like to keep things either open or closed, which works to your benefit when you're going down the road. They'll keep things from flying open. But look at this cool contraption, this little stovetop hood right here. I've made a call. I'm verifying. I'm 99% sure this is 110 powered only. I want to point that out. That being said, a giant rear kitchen like this, I don't foresee a boondocker really using this floor plan. This looks more like a full-time liver, a park use type floor plan. Now, you want to start talking counter space. Break out the tape measure, because we're going for a ride. This is like roller coaster. You're like, whoa! There's just counter space all over the place on this. And it ends with this very residential style, again, sealed burner stovetop, just like you have your house. This isn't something where you have to like pull it half apart to try to clean it. Now that big MaxxAir fan that's above us, you have a MaxxAir fan controller in the most logical location, not all the way up by the master control panel. Now down below the countertop, The storage really is only just getting started. Everything is wide open. Now, tell me this does not look like your residential space under your sink at home. You know, where you'd have like all of your Ajax cleaners or whatever. Built-in wastebasket's a nice touch. Plenty of drawer space on here. I almost ran into the table that I left open. That would have hurt. That would have collided with a sensitive location. Moving on. Another pop-up power post over there in the corner. Perfect for appliances. And actually, this kitchen has 2 of them. This floor plan has 3 of those little buggers. So that you can always have coffee makers, blenders, toasters, whatever, anywhere, all the time. Man, I love windows. Oh my gosh. So many windows. Residential ceiling fan up top. In front of that is another of those MaxxAir vent fans with another wall controller located next to it. Again, logic. The other thing here is you can kill that vent to add a third AC. I don't ever see a reason why anyone would need to. A twin 15K centralized whisper quiet air conditioners on these already with a residential return cooling system, which is sometimes called racetrack ducted. Same thing. Man, this business has a lot of names for the same thing. Like, Jaco calls it helix ducting. Everyone has a different name for it, guys. They're all effective. Twin hide-a-bed sleeper sofas. Let me back up here a little bit. And when they open, there's about a foot between them. There's about a foot between those sofas, and there's also space from the edge of the power reclining heated massaging theater seat right here so that you can walk between the sofas and walk to the kitchen. You never cut the camper in half. That was one of my first concerns when I saw this floor plan. Pardon me. Joking on my own spit over here like an idiot. All right. Well, my point is, when I came in the first time, I'm like, yeah, but what if those sofas are open? Well, by using full 3-foot deep slides, they prevented that from being an issue. And let me spin around here. Like I said, power theater, massaging, heated recliners right here. That's a pontoon-style removable armrest in the middle. You've got LEDs in those cup holders right there. So those are going to be, I call it your thrones. The king and the queen's throne directly facing entertainment. But what if you have guests? They're going to have to crank their neck sideways, but obviously not, because you can see that TV can crank way out of there. And I love the look of that big 5120 BTU electric space heating fireplace below. Now for easy cleaning, you've got central vacuum, but you've also got, oh man, I forgot who gave me the word for this. I couldn't think of a word for it. He goes, why not call it just like an electric dustpan? And I think that's the best way to think of this. You don't actually have to get out what I call the pool cleaner hose to use your electric or your central vacuum system. All you have to do is toe kick that little flap up there, and you can just sweep everything right into that, and it collects it in your central vac system for you. How awesome! Yeah, it just makes so much more sense. Oh, one more thing. 6.5-foot tall slide outs here on the main deck. So you've got full height slide outs on the main deck so that you can stand up in the dining table and not smack your head or anything like that. And of course, you've got your night roller shades that can blot out the sun in every one of these windows. Another nice touch, we've got our control panel hidden away right here, right when you walk in the door. This is an easy place to get to your tank heaters, your slide buttons, all that good stuff. Also, nice little coat rack right when you walk in the door, and just why not storage? There was space here. They didn't waste it. I call it why not storage. Moving upstairs, the Montana melts in your mouth, not in your hand bathroom door that just sort of, it just gets out of the way. You don't have to ever walk around the door. Now you do have good linen storage up top there. You've got all kinds of legroom in this bathroom. You are never going to have a legroom issue here. What I do like are these 3 full extension drawers here in the bathroom to give you a nice storage space there. And this is actually a one-piece molded fixture. You look at it, you say, oh, they recessed the sink. No, the sink is the countertop. They're one piece. There's no seams where water can possibly penetrate in there. Now, just to give you an idea for how much space you have in here, I'm a big fella. I can sit on this toilet. I can stick my legs way, way out there. Plenty of room. Hey, why not? We're going to look at this currently dirty shower, but the good news is, remember when I said there's no hidden fees at Haylett RV? Part of that is we go through and we give it a cleaning, top to bottom, inside and out. That doesn't cost extra. We don't charge you extra for stuff. If you bought a brand new RV, especially a nice big fifth wheel like this, you're probably expecting it to, I don't know, at least be clean, right? Well, of course we do all that for you. Hi guys, Josh the RV Nerd. Pleased to meet you. I'm on the toilet. MaxxAir fan. Again, 3 MaxxAir fans in this thing, all with wall controllers, so you can power up, down. It has 4 speeds. I mean, what more do you want this? I like this extra toiletries storage right there. Nice touch. And these are no joke, man. You've got more plywood full extension drawers even in the bathroom. This is just well done. The master bedroom. We've got a 70 by 80 king bed going on in here. All kinds of lights, so it is just nice and bright and comfortable. Cross breeze windows. 70 by 80 king bed, the foot of which does lift up for storage, which is perfect for those two little fold-away hideaway chairs we talked about earlier. You've got a full 8-foot wide closet up here with stackable washer dryer prep and readiness. And as I flip around, running into stuff this direction, you've got your easy viewing swing out TV. Even up here in the bedroom, you can angle and crank this around, which is probably overkill, but at this point, why not? I think we're pretty much good. I think we got it. If you have any questions, again, all we ask in return for all the time we've invested here, it's just the opportunity to meet you. There are different decors available. There's a light and a dark. This is the darker brown. At this time, it's called coffee bean. But anytime a supplier changes things, Montana will rename a color scheme, even though visually it often looks the same. They have a light brown and a dark brown, and the only thing that changes is just the sofa, because they leave the chairs alone. That's what's kind of interesting. Give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.